3 cases associated with weight loss to talk about today. First case, I lost a case. Hello everybody, welcome to the Honor and Knowledge channel. This is the weekly update for the Hungry Strike for America. You know, where I'm losing 50 pounds to help the Republicans maintain control of the House. Why is there a connection between the two? Because there is. In my brain, there's a direct connection between Speaker Johnson retaining control of the House with Republicans after the 2026 elections and my successful loss of at least 50 pounds by the end of October of this year. So, yep, a 26 star is on the Hungry Strike for America official sign. And we also have the official Hungry Strike for America map of the United States, where I color in one state for each pound I lose, in the order that they voted percentile-wise for President Trump in the last presidential election. So, number 26 spot is North Carolina. And you know what? They've already started their primary elections.
Well, you see it. You know what time it is. It's officially time to cast your ballot. Early voting for the midterm primary election has begun and lasts through the end of this month.
Tom Tillis here is the guy that has decided not to run for re-election. Then we have the former governor of North Carolina running in the primary for the Democrats. And for the Republican primaries, amongst others, the presumed leader, in my mind, is Michael Whatley. He had been the Republican Party chairman in North Carolina until he got elected as the chairman of the Republican National Committee, which he resigned last year in order to run for the Senate in North Carolina. In this Senate race, if we lose it, it's one of the worst case scenarios that would keep us at 51 in the Senate. And if we win it, it helps us get up to as many as 57 in the 2026 elections in the Senate. Now let's get back to the weight loss journey. That makes 26 pounds, 24 left to go. And what does 26 pounds equal? A case of water. There's 24 bottles of water in a case of water. There's 16.9 ounces in each bottle. So that extra 0.9 ounces, then you add the weight of the empty plastic bottles, the caps, and then the plastic wrap. So I call that 26 pounds. So I have another case to lose after this. So that's the first case. And oh, by the way, before we move on, why just the House if I lose 50 pounds? Well, because I already have calculated, as we've talked about before, that the Senate will remain in Republican hands even if we have the worst case scenario in the 2026 elections. We'll control 51 seats. Best case scenario, we'll control 57 seats. So yes, I initially thought I'd be losing 50 pounds in order for the Republicans to maintain control of the Senate. But to be honest, remember this is the Honor and Knowledge channel. Just calculating out the numbers, it's a fight, but we can get up to 57 seats. I wouldn't assume anyone is a shoo-in, but you know what? Some are easier than others. So 51 low, 57 high. So let's get on back to the Hungry Strike for America. What's the second case associated with weight loss? Well, there's the case of Bunny Zoe. Bunny Zoe is the wife of Jelly Roll. And let me show you a New York Post article from Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny Zoe, experienced, quote, horrific, unquote, suicidal ideation while taking a GLP-1 last year. And bless her heart for talking about it. It was wonderful that a celebrity opens up about the negative impact of taking a GLP-1. Now I realize not everybody has that problem, but you know, the one guaranteed way of not having any bad side effects is by not taking GLP-1s and losing weight in a natural way. By eating less, eating better, and exercising. You know, enjoy life. And what's the third case? Well, the third case is a 5 foot, almost 400 pound, 35-year-old woman. She was an influencer on TikTok with regards to body positivity. Recently, she decided that that was all bad. You know what? Being way overweight is bad for you. So she decided to fess up about the fact that it was bad, and she's turned the corner to lose weight and to get healthier. Her name is Gabriela Lascano, and here's an example of an article. This comes from Fox News. Former body positivity influencer says movement became, quote, radical, unquote, admits feeling, quote, brainwashed, unquote. And she's opened up to the New York Times for an article about a week ago. Bless her heart also that she's opening up about the fact that she was going down the wrong path, just based upon the fact that she's 35 years old, a woman, 5 foot tall, and almost 400 pounds, let's call it 390. Let's look into what the impact of that is with regard to her BMI. So from the National Institutes of Health table, we have that she is off the charts to the right. Her weight was way above where they even provide the BMI in this chart. So you go to a website that provides a calculation for BMI. You know how much fat she's carrying around? Extra weight, 280 pounds. That's more than 10 cases of water. One single case of water is pretty heavy. 2 cases, pretty hard for most people. They probably can't even move it. Now let's go look at what the impact on your life expectancy is if you are overweight. Here's the National Cancer Institute information, which is part of the National Institutes of Health. So it's federal government. They put this out on what you lose in your life expectancy based upon being overweight. And here is a picture of it that's pretty indicative of your life expectancy reduction when you are way overweight. 14 years. Just think about what 14 years is. You're also significantly impacting your health during the other years of your life. There's a big difference between being healthy and not healthy to enjoy the years on this earth that you have. So it's just not the life expectancy, but this is a pretty dry, scientific way of revealing the reality of being overweight. And once again, I'm not going to judge if somebody takes a GLP-1 medication to lose weight, but I will judge if they don't believe that they need to diet and exercise, because their health will just take a massive downward trend if they don't diet and exercise. And I also think that the mental health will be negatively impacted. So thank you for watching and listening to this video. Greatly appreciate it. Remember the 3 cases. I've lost 1 case of water. Bunny Zoe opened up about her suicidal thoughts, and Gabriella opened up about fat not being good. We live in a wonderful country, lots of good freedoms. Freedom of speech, but you know, people should have honor and recognize the fact that they should not be telling a fib, basically. Being fat bad, GLP-1 has side effects. And as always, God bless you, and God bless President Trump and his administration, and most of all, God bless America. Thank you.